In this library, we love good writing. Tactics are what make a fight well written, but good fights don't equate to a good story or an entertaining one. There is one detail that's arguably more important than tactics when writing a fight. Nearly every popular battle manga since the 80s understood this. I call it fight lore. This is my personal term referring to the entire history of two fighters and what each of them represent in their battle. Who are they? What's their relationship? Why are they fighting? An iconic example is Goku versus Freeza. Frieza killed all of the Saiyans and their planet. He just killed Vegeta too, making Goku the last pure-blood Saiyan. But Goku is special. He's the mythical Super Saiyan that Frieza didn't believe existed. So when Goku and Frieza fight, one is fighting for his entire ancestry and lineage, on top of saving the planet, while the other is fighting to finish what he started. This lore makes the fight exciting no matter what the tactics actually look like. Compare that to Cell. Goku and Cell had no history, so the fight wasn't that interesting. It didn't change much when Gohan tapped in. But then something happened. Cell kills 16, Gohan's friend. Now it's personal. Now there's lore. Let's take a look at a few more. In Naruto vs Neji, the Hyuga ninja represents the idea that once you're born, your fate is chosen for you. This is his justification to cope with the fact that he's part of the branch family, forever subservient to the main family. Naruto is fighting for Hinata's honor and the belief that you can change your destiny. Being born a loser doesn't mean that you can't change into a genius. In Ichigo vs Byakuya, the captain is fighting for the belief that the rules must be upheld in order for society to avoid collapsing. He's willing to kill his sister for this. Ichigo is fighting to save Rukia from imminent peril, and for the belief that protecting your loved ones is more important than the law. In Deku vs Todoroki, both are continuations of All Might and Endeavor's rivalry. Endeavor pushed his son too hard to surpass All Might, so if he beats Deku, Endeavor symbolically beats his rival for once. But Todoroki wants to rob his father of that satisfaction, by not using his flames. However, Deku represents the belief that Todoroki's flames are his and his alone, not his father's. During the fight, he helps Todoroki overcome his trauma and unleash his true potential, even at his own expense. These lores are so powerful that they guarantee the fight will have an emotional impact regardless of tactics. When writing fight lore, the shared history and what each person represents in the fight are the most important. Certain writing techniques start to make more sense when I look at it this way. Have you ever noticed that some writers try to quickly throw in some lore between two fighters to increase the impact of the fight? Spoilers for the Demon Slayer movie, but during Doma's fight, he's given lore that connects him to his opponents. Spoilers for Kenshin, but the final villains of each arc keep getting more personal. Fairy Tail loves to create comparisons between combatants, like giving them similar magic or new history between them. You think it's a coincidence that Rogue looked up to Gajeel, the person he ends up fighting? Think it's a coincidence that Grey always ends up fighting the Ice Users? Is it a coincidence that Obito ends up being responsible for Naruto losing his parents? Why do so many villains kill the hero's mentor? These are all tricks to enhance the fight lore. Unfortunately, this brings me back to tournament slander. In a tournament, where characters are forced to fight each other, it is significantly more difficult to build up fight lore, especially if most characters are new, which is the case in many tournaments. Great fight lore has the characters choose to fight each other due to the strong conflict in their shared history. In tournaments, characters fight because a bracket says so. There can be outliers like the Neji and Todoroki fights, but it's not frequent. In the average battle manga arc, you can build up the lore over the course of the arc and have the fight at the end. That's not really possible with the tournament's back-to-back fights. Only the final battles can really be built up too well. In conclusion, fight lore is very important in storytelling. It's so strong that it can allow you to skip tactics and still create a cathartic, impactful fight. If I had to rank importance in an entertaining fight, I'd say lore is first, reversals are second, and tactics are third. Just because it's entertaining doesn't mean it's well written, but entertaining will always sell better than well written. So as a writer, you want to keep that in mind. Subscribe to the library for more academic writing videos that will improve your analysis and writing.